Hey, hey, hello, my lovely sovereign sisters. Um, let's just get right into it. I really don't want to waste a whole lot of time today. I hope that everyone has had a beautiful Monday. It's been an interesting day for me. It might have been an interesting day for you because we all know what happened today. And a lot of us, we we saw some things today. I don't want to talk too much about that, but once again, as always, go on ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. I would love for you to be interactive in the chat. And then also, if you are watching after the live stream, please feel free to comment and have discourse in the comments. Yes, ask questions in in the chat. If you guys have any questions or need any advice on a situation, go on ahead and you can ask. And then in between me explaining and talking about today's subject and topic, then I will answer your questions. So please feel free to ask any questions that you have. But without further ado, let's get into the topic for today. So I have had I think a lot of women, a lot of us, we have been seeing, this it's not a new thing, but more of so we are gaining more awareness to humbling tactics. Humbling tactics are definitely not gender specific, but this is a Decentering Men channel. So I'm going to be talking about humbling when it comes from men and why this is happening and why it's important for you to know that these are tactics that men like to use and how they use them. And I'll be using examples. I'm going to give you guys clapbacks that you can say if men use these humbling tactics on you. So let's get into it. So first off, I want to start with explaining the psychology behind why men humble women. Excuse me. So the biggest thing with the reasoning behind why men humble women is because they want to be able to feel superior. Okay, it's all about having a inferiority complex. Okay, whenever someone is humbling you, man or woman, it's because they put you on a pedestal. So the thing about it is that when someone puts you on a pedestal, it can be very, very dangerous. Okay, it can be very, very dangerous because if they see you as superior, if they see you on a pedestal, it's going to threaten them. It's going to threaten their confidence. It's going to threaten their ego. So when you're a woman who is confident, you are self-sufficient, the ego of a man is going to feel threatened because in a lot of times you are challenging what he's been taught when it comes to having a superiority complex, because a lot of men believe that this is something that should only be for men and only should be afforded to men. Let me just look at the chat really quick. Thank you, Ashley, for the super chat. I'll answer questions in a second. The next thing is the psychological tie with the fragility of the male ego. So a lot of men don't like having or seeing the independence that women have, because when men see women that are very independent, and this is just going for men who are insecure, men who have a fragile ego, okay, it challenges them, because when they see that you're pretty, you're confident, well-spoken, educated, high earning, etc., it puts a mirror up to their inadequacies. And I feel like this is the biggest comment. This is the biggest reason. Okay. You are highlighting his inadequacies because it's like, okay, well, why didn't he get a degree? Why isn't he making six figures and you're making six figures? How come he's still renting an apartment and you're a homeowner? These are all the things that when you're naming off your accomplishments and he's learning more and more about you, he's going to start asking himself and questioning himself. Okay, well, how come she has that? And how come I don't have it? You know what I mean? And instead of being reflective to the point where it will make them want to like change and like become better, all their default setting is just to come after you and try to make you feel like you haven't done enough, that your accomplishments don't matter. And it's really all about like the light, them trying to dim your light, you know what I mean? Because they see you shining very brightly. And so instead of trying to figure out how they can become the source and the light themselves, it's just way easier for them to dim you down. Okay. The next reason is for, excuse me, desire for control. So society is always telling men that men need to lead in relationships. Well, are you going to ask someone, are you going to ask a man to lead you when you earn more than him, you're more accomplished than him, like you are exceeding him in every level? He doesn't have any leadership ability. He doesn't have a resume of what a leader looks like. And so this is a threat to them because they are told that they are dominant. They are told that they should be the ones that are in control. You can't be control over a woman who's doing better than you. Yes, because I had a guy I was seeing always pointing out my imperfections. Yep, got a guy at my workplace that does stuff like that. Yes. I announced to a guy I was seeing for a short time that I wouldn't be living with him anymore, but he restrained me from leaving, like held my wrist down. Obviously, I had to report him. Yeah, you did the right thing by reporting him, but you're going to need to leave silently. Like you need to have your place already picked out. You need to move when he's not at work. Okay. And you need to change your number, block your number. And hopefully no one else will know where your location is, where you are moving to. But the biggest thing is that you need to leave silently. Okay, you can't leave. You can't start packing up stuff in front of him and things like that. You need to have everything getting accomplished when he's not at home, and then when he comes back home, all of your shit is gone. And he's coming home to an empty house, and you ain't never got to come back to the house again. That's how I would handle that. Excuse me. The next thing is it's really based upon sociology, but it's kind of like what I said before, the whole dominant thing. Okay. So it's way easier for them to humble you because it's a form of dominance. It's them trying to reclaim their dominance and their control over women. And then, of course, insecurity. Okay. The ego can be so fragile because them being told, oh, you're masculine and you're a man. A lot of this is, it comes with power. They're told that them being a man is coming with all this power. Well, obviously he doesn't have that much power, okay, because his ass is broke, his ass is lazy, his ass is not driven, his ass is not ambitious. He has no power. Okay. So when he sees that you have all of these qualities and you have all these things going for you, it's gonna mess him up because it's like you're a man. Like you're the one that's supposed to be having all the power and being accomplished and having money and all this stuff, and you aren't doing anything. Like you have not done anything. And so because of this, because all of this like patriarchal assigning that they have given men, when men don't live up to this, it creates a lot of insecurity in these men. And so these men hate the idea like, oh my gosh, she's making more money than me. It's pretty much attacking his manhood. It's attacking his ego. And so what men will try to do is they want to humble you to restore a sense of balance. Okay. Because they figure, well, I'm insecure, but she's popping, so I should just make her feel insecure too, and then kind of have her, kind of have you like on puppet strings, right? Have you on puppet strings when it comes to your self-esteem. You know, he will, nag you, throw like a little backhanded compliment at you, and then when he decides to, he will compliment you. He will be nice to you. That way, your emotions and your self-worth, your self-esteem, your self-perception, it will be in the hands of that man because he's picking and choosing when he's going to put you on a high and then bring you down to a low. The next thing is, this is probably the number one, the biggest reason is fear of abandonment. I'm a firm believer that men have abandonment wounds, very strong abandonment wounds. I would say that they're a lot stronger than women's. But a lot of the time when men do these humbling tactics, they are doing it because they have a fear of abandonment. And so they want to pretty much like make comments. They want to talk shit. They want to humble you and do all of these things because it's like what I just said earlier. They are hoping that you are basing your self-esteem and your self-worth in their eyes. So you only like yourself if he likes you. And so he will pick and choose if he likes you and when he likes you, because that will keep you there. This is why men always say, well, you're never going to find someone better than me. If you leave me, you're never going to find someone better than me. Yeah, they say that because they're projecting their fear of abandonment. They want to plant the seed in your head that if you leave here, this is as good as it's going to get. Listen, if it was that good, no one would have to convince you of that. I can guarantee you that. If it was that good, you would know it was that good already. Okay, so next I want to get into the tactics that men commonly use when it comes to humbling women. All right, so the first one is backhanded compliments. Okay, backhanded compliments is when they compliment you and then they slide in a little insult in there. Okay, to like chip away at your confidence. So you're actually really smart. You're actually really smart for a girl. You know what I mean? Yes, they're calling you smart, but they are also simultaneously reducing your intelligence because you are a woman. So that's an example of a backhanded compliment. And you could say, well, thanks. You know, you're really confident for someone so insecure, because that's the thing. A lot of women have to realize that men's confidence is highly performative. Like a lot of their confidence is highly performative. It's really not real. Okay. A lot of them are just really, really good actors. So don't be fooled by the persona. Don't be fooled by the facade of them having confidence, because a lot of it is really just a persona. Complete no contact. Yes. Yeah, girl, I be trying to be quick with it. I do. I be trying to be quick with these clapbacks. Okay, so the next thing is nagging. All right, so nagging is when someone is pointing out your flaws. Someone said that in the chat, actually. Okay, yeah, Chell. So she was saying that she had a guy she was seeing that was always pointing out her flaws and imperfections. Yeah, that's nagging. Okay, that's nagging. Everyone has flaws and everyone has imperfections. There would never be any reason why any person, but especially a man, there would really be no reason why a man would need to point out your imperfections and your flaws, especially if he's choosing to be in a relationship with you. That's like kind of stupid. Like, honestly, there would be no reason for that. So I feel like negging is when men say things like, you know, you'd look so much better if you smiled more. You know what I mean? That's nagging. Like when men are telling you, like, oh, you need to smile more. You look better if you smile more. That's nagging. Okay. You look better if your ass talked less. You know what I mean? You look better when you shut the fuck up. You look a lot better if you just decided to shut the fuck up. I feel like when it comes to humbling, women need to get more comfortable humbling them back. Like y'all need to start practicing. Y'all need to start practicing like spitfire clapbacks. Okay. The reason why so many men have so much audacity is because we're not humbling them. We're not humbling them enough. There are several things that a lot of men need to be reminded of. Okay, a lot of things that men need to be reminded of, and you need to make it your duty to remind them of your flaws, because they're not gonna waste any time. Okay, it's women who delivered a baby, and right after delivering a baby, their husband or boyfriend called them fat, called them overweight. These men don't care. These men are ruthless when it comes to if they're insecure and if they really like genuinely want to ruin your life and make you just not feel good about yourself. They're going to stop at nothing to make you feel some type of way. So I believe in humbling them back. Okay. The next thing is dismissive behavior. So when you achieve something, I feel like a really good indicator to know if a man is really in your corner or not, and if your man is really supportive or not, is when you accomplish something. How is he when you have accomplished something? A lot of men who want to try to humble you, they're going to be very, very dismissive. So, you only got you only got a promotion because you're attractive, or, oh, you got your degree in, I don't know, biochemical engineering. Even I could have done that. Anybody could do that. Trying to reduce your accomplishments down to nothing to make it seem as if you have not achieved anything. Um, So it's like, don't be mad at me for succeeding with beauty and brains while you're struggling with having neither one of them. Because that's what's funny. It's like, okay, well, if you're saying that I only got the promotion because I'm attractive, you could hopefully use some you should use some attraction, and like you should have some attraction, that way you can get a promotion, because obviously you don't have any. Like, I live for the humble moments now. Yeah. Because the thing about it is that a lot of men really don't like women. Like, honestly, I'm sorry, but men who make it their mission to humble women, they're gay. They don't like women. They don't like women. They rather be bent over with a man behind them. I'm just keeping it real. A lot of them, they really like men. They don't like women. It's really not. It's really not natural to go out of your way to humble someone, especially that you claim that you love, someone that you're choosing to be in a relationship. You're gay. You're gay. Trapped in the closet. Like, if a man is humbling you, pull out your dildo and be like, do you need to borrow this? Like, do you need this? Do I need to help you? Do I need to help you out? Okay, so the next thing is shaming independence. This is like really, really common. Men are real quick to do this. So you're gonna end up single. You're gonna end up alone. You're gonna die alone with all your cats or whatever. And I think I think most of us do the same clap back, but it's like, we much rather be alone. We much rather be independent than to like have you around. And I feel like women need to start saying this stuff more and more and more and more. I feel like it'll take a while for men to believe it, because most of them have a lot of main character syndrome. But shaming your independence is a big one, because it really, really attacks their ego. And it's like, bruh, if you had it like that, if you had the means to make someone's life easier, you would have someone already. Okay, you wouldn't have to be begging me, because I feel like it's begging. You wouldn't have to be begging me to need you if you really had something to offer, because they don't have anything to offer. All they have to offer is community dick. And who's waiting in line for that? I know I'm not. The next thing is gaslighting and emotional manipulation. So the biggest thing, like the biggest thing that like men have used as leverage against women is our emotions. That's the number one thing that they're always using as leverage when it comes to women. So when you are reacting to something and you are having a very real and a very visceral response to disrespect, what will happen is they will write you off as being too emotional. It's that time of the month. Very rude, like very, 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 very rude. Anytime a man is dismissing your emotions, and anytime a man is trying to weaponize you having emotions, honestly, you need to cuss him the fuck out. Like, I'm just being real. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. But honestly, when it comes to the whole suppression of emotions, when it comes to women, in my opinion, that's also a form of humbling you, because it goes back to what I said earlier. They're gay. When men, I feel like that was one of the very like number one things when men told on themselves when it comes to them actually liking men, because women are emotional. And you know that women are emotional. That's why you're calling us emotional. So if you know that we're emotional, and then you get with us and then get mad because we have emotional emotions, then you don't like women. You don't like women. Like, point blank period. You don't like women. Men are the ones that don't have emotions. You like men, boo. You like men, boo. So when men are telling you things like you're overreacting, it's not too deep. That's just code for, I don't want you to dig deeper and find out. I wanna alter your reality, because I don't want you to realize that you're right and that you're onto something, and you actually are exposing the truth and holding me accountable. Okay. So you could say it's not deep for you because you've never had to think past surface level. And then the last type of humbling tactic is weaponized silence. So when men withhold attention or affection to punish you for asserting your boundaries, okay? So stonewalling, ignoring you, rejecting you, or like declining any type of form of intimacy. A lot of this happens after you stand your ground. I talked about it on TikTok Live earlier when I was on there, but I did say that in my opinion, a very good indicator when it comes to men liking you is put him in a position where he is inconvenienced. Put him in a position where he doesn't get his way. Don't be afraid to tell a man no, because you're going to see the real version of him. Everyone is well behaved when they get their way. Okay. Everyone is well behaved when they get their way. You want to see who this man is when he doesn't get his way, when you tell him no, when you turn him down in some way. The way that he responds to that will tell you everything it is that you need to know. Because if he is reacting negatively, so he's ignoring you, things like that, pretty much what he's doing is he's trying to train you. He's trying to groom you to be submissive to his wants and his needs. That way you do things to make sure that you don't get that reaction out of him again. And I feel like that's very, very important. And I feel like that's a very, very common way of men humbling you, because the whole purpose of a man humbling you is just to reduce your self-esteem so that you need him. That's the reason why they do this. They think that if they think that your self-esteem will be so low that once they humble you, you will want to keep working and vying for their praise and vying for their attention and things like that. And I feel like a lot of men are getting frustrated because a lot of them that only work on pick me shit. That only work on pick me shit. It don't work on us baddies over here. They think they're being charitable with their D, especially if they're married. Like, oh my God. I actually think men are hyper emotional more than women. They are. They are. Come on. They're flipping tables. They're punching walls. Like, they're super emotional. Oh my God, that is so true. Yep. See them when they're mad. Yeah. It's really important. It is. It's really, really important to see who that man is when he doesn't get his way, because that's the real him. That's who he really is. The thing about it is that society enables this behavior. The reason why I'm like even bringing this up is because I want to call this type of behavior out, because we've just normalized it. We've normalized it. Hold on. Pretty much under conditioning, men are told their masculinity is tied to them providing, them having dominance. And at the end of the day, okay, it's going to be like you'll be up here and he'll be down here, right? And very rarely is he going to climb up there to you. In most cases, he is going to expect you to come down there with him. And so these humbling tactics is a way in order for that dynamic to happen, because they don't want to do the work that requires to meet up to their level. Also, when it comes to gender norms, women are taught that we should be more docile. Women are taught that we should be more meek and just let shit slide. And this even goes back to like the whole thing with cheating. Women should endure cheating. You should put up with cheating. And that's a whole nother like subject for a different day. But a lot of this is under the guise of just wanting to suppress a woman by being assertive. Men are very, very afraid and scared of assertive women, because assertive women have the ability to tell a man no. Assertive women have the ability to put men in a situation where they're not getting everything that they want. And that's not where men want to be. So based off of gender norms, these whole humiliation tactics and this humbling and stuff like that, I talked about this in my video when I was talking about how pretty girls are lonely and how pretty girls usually don't have any friends, because when you're pretty and when you're successful and when people put you on a pedestal, naturally people want you to have humility. And men want you to have humility. Nothing pisses off a man more than seeing a woman actually know that she's pretty and like actually state that she's pretty and she's popping and she's a baddie. A lot of men don't like that because the expectation is you should have humility. You shouldn't know that you're pretty. You shouldn't know that you're all that. Sorry, I'm going through the comments. Yes, girl. Oh, thank goodness the live format is back to regular. The guys want to be princesses nowadays. Oh, definitely, for sure. I met guys, but no one wants to settle down. Why is that? Men don't want to settle down, y'all. Like they really don't want to, they really, really don't want to settle down. The reason why men don't want to settle down is because what a lot of women fail to realize is that when it comes to men settling down, it's responsibility and it requires them to be accountable. Okay. These are things that men don't want to sign up for. Okay. They're not looking to sign up to have a lot of responsibility and to have to uphold a certain standard considering another person. And I feel like one of the worst things that you could ever do is vie for a man to settle down and to commit to you. Because when you're trying to convince someone or you're sticking around for someone to commit to you, you're wasting your time. Okay. The reason why these men don't want to commit is because they want to be free to do whatever they want to do without having any repercussions. Because guess what? If he marries you and then you find out that he cheated on you, you are going to be able to get a divorce. Okay. And you could very well, if you guys have children, you could get full custody of the children and he will have to probably award you some type of money. And so for men are very, they don't, a lot of most men don't have any discipline, especially D discipline. A lot of men don't have any D discipline, and a lot of men are not going to do what is required to have D discipline. So this is the reason why a lot of these men don't want to settle down. And I kind of feel like it's good that they're telling you that they don't want to settle down, because really what they're telling you is that they're not going to do what's required to uphold the responsibility that it takes to be a partner. Thank you, girl. Complimenting me on my nails. Thank you. Thank you. Thank your lucky stars, CJ. They're a drain. Yes. My ex used to do this all the time. I refuse to put up with cheating. I hear you, girl. Yeah, you think you're all that. And even when you don't know you're pretty, they take advantage still. Can't win. Yes. They love to dim your light. Hey, evil kitty. Men hate when others at work mention your beauty. Yes. Agreed. Men never want to settle down. When they want to settle down, it's most likely because he has an agenda, 100% facts. You can win. Stop playing into that mindset. You have to believe. Okay. So, let me just touch on the whole settle down thing one more time. The only time that usually these men are going to settle down with you is, like she said, when they have an agenda. And most of the time it's going to be when they're old, okay, and they need someone to take care of them, okay? Or maybe they want to be a hobosexual, they ain't got no place to leave. So these are the men who right away you start talking to them, you've only known them for 2 hours. Oh, I want to marry you. I'm falling in love with you. Like, he's coming on too strong, and then he's going to give you the best D of your life, and then he's never going to leave the house, okay? So a lot of time, when things are too good to be true, okay, like when men are telling you automatically that they want to settle down and they want to do all this stuff, I would think twice about that. Okay, I would question that a little bit, because usually men aren't trying to rush into stuff like that unless it is a particular thing that they are looking for. And yes, please get the likes up. Okay, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up. Please don't be afraid to chat. All right, like we usually have a lot of fun in the chat, and I do my best to be able to respond to everybody. So please don't forget to say hi in the chat. Do the thumbs up and like the live, and then also if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Yeah, or when they see that they can benefit from you. Yes. Love bombing is their specialty. Exactly. What should I do if 500 men call me attractive and I'm talking to 11 attractive men from Morocco, but still feel lonely? Well, it doesn't sound like you're very much self validated. Okay. Hey y'all. It sounds like you're not self-validated. When you're not self-validated, you could be in a room full of men who are throwing themselves at you, giving you attention, giving you whatever it is that you want. But if you are not self-validated, and if you don't have enough self-worth, and if you don't have enough self-esteem, you're always going to feel lonely, despite if you are with someone or you are getting attention from someone. It's really never going to feel like enough, because you're relying on them liking you, but you don't even like you. The biggest thing is that you got to make sure that you like you before caring about if another person likes you. If you don't like you, it's never going to work. What is your skincare routine? So I do have on like a filter. So like I do have hyperpigmentation. Like I have like, some like little marks or whatever, but my skin has definitely cleared up a decent amount. I'm not on top of my skincare like that. But I go to the dermatologist, so I am prescribed. I do have like a prescribed skincare, but I do use Korean skincare. If I were you ladies, I would no longer use any American skincare. The Korean skincare, they got the skincare game on lock. There are two brands that I like to use for my Korean skincare. Beauty of Joseon is a really, really good brand that I like to use. There's like a green AHA, BHA toner that I like to use. They also have they call it a peel, and it's in a pink bottle. They call it like a peel, but it's not a peel. You don't like put it on your skin and then peel it off. It's actually more of like an exfoliator in a sense, but it's not beads. It's not beads. It's a very like soft type of exfoliating. It's like when it balls up, kind of. It feels like little knots of paper is what it feels like. I use that, and then another brand that I use is hopefully I'm pronouncing it COS. It's COSRX. So like COS prescription. They have facial pads that I use. And then I also have been using their SPF, because I'm prescribed to clindamycin, topical clindamycin. And then I'm also prescribed for tretinoin. So that's my prescribed skincare that I use. But if anyone is using tretinoin, you're supposed to use SPF. And I did not know that, because what will happen is that it makes your skin more sensitive to sunlight. So you need to make sure that you are using SPF. So I also use the COS RX SPF. It's SPF 50, and it has vitamin E in it. So I've been using that. And then I had a Korean facial back when I was in New York City for my birthday. Shout out to my best friend taking care of me on my birthday and giving me a whole spa day. I think she's still in the chat here somewhere. But anyway, they have like those jelly masks that they put on you or whatever. I just ordered some. I just ordered some. I actually was going to do it and put it on while I was on live with you all today. Maybe I'll do it next time. But when I got that facial at the Korean spa, my skin was glowing forever. Oh, and then also another thing that I use is a high frequency. I use a high frequency wand. High frequency wand has been a game changer for my skin. I've also been using it on my scalp to help my hair grow, because I've just been wearing wigs because I'm trying to grow my hair out. The high frequency wand has helped a lot too. Someone said explore your faith and spirituality. Doesn't give security and is mostly a trap. Yes, Korean skincare. Do you think having 2 degrees is worth it? Yes, girl, I have 2 degrees. I have 2 degrees. I think it is worth it. I mean, I have 2. I mean, I only use one and not the other because I wanted to make more money after my first degree that I received. But as long as you're able to have a trajectory where you're making and earning more money, then definitely. Get your education, ladies. Your education is important. Okay, it's important. Agreed. Self confidence is key. It took me years to develop confidence. It's key. Plus, once you realize these men are lame, it's easy to ooze confidence. Yes. Yeah. You having confidence in practicing having like a higher self esteem and things like that. It's really important, especially if you all are trying to date. If you don't have a high self esteem and if you don't love yourself, you shouldn't be dating. Okay. You shouldn't be dating because if you go into the dating game not liking yourself, you're going to be very easy to manipulate. You're going to be very easy to control. You're going to be very easy to get taken advantage of. One of the one things that men are usually looking for to get whatever it is that they want, they prefer someone that has low self-esteem. Okay, women that have a low self-esteem are much, 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 much more easier to keep around than a woman who actually loves herself, has boundaries, self-worth, and things like that. Because these men understand that there's shit that she's not tolerating, okay? And you can't guarantee that she's going to tolerate and put up with whatever BS, these humbling tactics and things like that. Pygmisha gonna deal with this shit. These humbling tactics, Pygmisha gonna be like, oh, he's joking. What are you talking? You try to bring it up to Pygmisha that this man is humbling her because he don't like her. She's gonna be like, girl, he's just joking. He didn't mean that. He loved me. He come home to me. He don't mean that. They're gonna be the main ones passing it off like a joke. They are so advanced and actually put research into their beauty technology and techniques. Yes, the Korean skincare is everything. Like they are killing it, killing it. I have grown certifiable, rich, and comfortable. Mad the experiences I had until 23 is further and vast than they even thought about with money. Oh, that's the thing. A lot of men think so small. Like a lot of men really think really, really, really small. And there are women getting rich like young, like very, very, very young, and men are like, what? Like, how is that even possible? They can't even fathom it. Why would I diminish the way I was loved on before you because you can't bring yourself to the standard? Boy, stop. Exactly. I agree. Facts. I've lived that life. Why do men cheat on their girlfriends and don't hide it to the woman they like? A guy at work likes me and openly admits to me that he'll cheat on his girlfriend. So that's just a form of triangulation, okay? Women who are very male centered and women that value the validation that they receive from men, there are women out there who will take that as a compliment. And so he is hoping and most likely assuming that you will take that as a compliment because pretty much what he's trying to do is triangulate his wife. So pretty much what he's trying to get across is that I have my wife. However, even though I have my wife, I will give you a chance and give you my community dingling, pretty much. So in their head, it's kind of a way to try to get you in competing mode to be like, oh, well, I'll take out because there's some women out there that have that mentality of, well, I'll just take him from his wife. You know, I'll take him from his girlfriend. And so he's banking on the fact that you're one of those types of women. There are men out here that are natural born scammers. They are always looking for marks and suckers. Yeah, like they're the real gold diggers. They are. They're the real gold diggers. The most beautiful you are, the more they'll try to tear you down. Eventually, they'll be nice first, then they switch. Yes. Are frat guys even worth giving a chance? Girl, hell no. Girl, hell no. Come on, fraternities. First of all, a lot of them men have done gay shit. Okay, I'm just keeping it real with you. A lot of them men in fraternities have done gay shit because it's a part of their initiation. All right, so you're not about to tell me that a ton of men that have bonded over, being abused and having to go through all this initiation stuff and all this stuff like that. You can't sit here and tell me that they like really, 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 really like women 100%. And also, like men get into fraternities because a lot of them were lames in high school. That's the reason why they're getting into a fraternity because they want their chance at popularity and they want to know what it feels like to have girls, want to. Having access to women because a lot of these fraternities are based around the objectification of women. I forgot the name. I forgot what the name was of what they call the girls who assist the men in the fraternities. I can't remember what it's called, but a lot of those women get SA'd and R-worded and stuff like that. Fraternities, I feel like, I definitely have attracted a fair share of men that were in fraternities. They are older now, but I didn't deal with no fraternity men when I was actually in college. No. That's why they were rushing to get back to the office during lockdowns. Yeah, because work is the number one place for an affair. And to the women out there that are like, he doesn't have enough time to cheat. There's no way that he could be cheating. How can he find the time to cheat? These men bust a nut in 5 minutes. Okay. And these men don't care where they do it at. They will take someone in a back alley and do it and be done in 5 minutes. They will go in a car and do it in 10 minutes. It doesn't take that much time and it doesn't take that much effort. These men are quick pumpers, so it's very easy for them to cheat. They can cheat real fast. Also got 3 guys at work straight up look to cheat on their wives. Yes. Thank you, Queen. I'm 22 and I get called beautiful by strangers, women and men, but I have no friends. I only talk to family. Beauty is intimidating for most people. Okay. Most people are intimidated by beauty because beauty is put on a pedestal and beauty is currency. So I feel like women, I feel like everything has pros and cons, right? And I do feel like one of the cons that comes along with women being very beautiful, women that are very visible, and people that admire women's beauty, it does come along with the price of you being a little bit more isolated because you're going to have, more jealousy attached to you, people that are, putting you on a pedestal, people that are trying to humble you and bring you down and things like that. So it can be very lonely. And I do have a video about that too. One term that gives me the most ick: work wife. Yes. My campus king cousin told me to keep away from Kappas and Qs because most are just like him. Rainbow flag on their thongs. And girl, those the number one men, both of them fraternities, the main ones that's been pretty much that like deal with me. All these men are in their 30s, but I already know what it is. I'm like, y'all done sucked a D before. I'm like, y'all men done sucked a D before. I already know. Basically, men aren't as confident as they seem. They're fragile little boys. Pretty much, yeah. A guy fixing my walls tried to have an affair with me and he was married. See, these men, like, and this is the thing, it's like, these married men, it's just like they make marriage look so bad. Like they make marriage look horrible. It's like, well, why get married in the first place? Because I mean, they're not even married. It's like they're diet single. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. They're not married. They're diet single. So it's like, well, if that's what comes along with marriage, it's like, well, forget it. The vows were worthless at that point. Not sure if you know your moon sign, but you are giving me Aries moon. No, my moon is not in Aries. It's not in Aries, but I'm not going to tell y'all what my moon sign is, but it is not in Aries. I will tell you that. I think it's common. Essentially open market cheating. How the hell are you sharing what happens in our house with a stranger? Yes, because a lot of these, like I said before, it just goes back to triangulation. They are hoping that you're a pygmesia, and they're hoping that they're hoping that you still see men as the prize. That shit doesn't work on women who don't see men as the prize. That only works on, pygmesia. Pygmesia gonna be the first one that's like, oh, he's gonna cheat with me, and he has a wife, and he's straight up telling me that he wants to cheat with me. Oh my gosh, I need to prove myself. I need to do whatever I need to do to get this man to leave his wife so that he could pick me. Let it rip. They're looking for confirmation and testing boundaries to see how far they can go to get sympathy and an opening to be able to cheat. Exactly. That's what my ex-fiance did. Tell a girl he later cheated on me with our business. Yes. And like I said before, everything that men say about women is just projection. Like when they say like, oh, women are emotional, they're the emotional ones. Men gossip about the same, if not more, than women do. Okay. Men will pillow talk other women. Men will lie on their ding-a-ling to other men to come off cooler than they really are. Men gossip all the time and lie all the time to make themselves seem cooler, richer, funnier, more accomplished. Like, yeah. Basically, as a woman's self-esteem can be low, as a woman's self-esteem can be, the average man is much, much lower. So therefore they need to do most and create drama like triangulation. Yes. And I feel like it's also really important to understand that too, because like women, I want y'all to like really, really understand the true and lived experience of most men. Okay. Most men are invisible. Okay. Like you could walk down the street and like someone's going to call you beautiful. Someone's going to say, hey, someone's going to say something to you to acknowledge that you exist. Men, no one acknowledges them at all. No one looks at them. No one pays attention to them. No one does at all. And you can even do this when you go out. So what you could do, this is what I like to do. So I went out yesterday for brunch, and you'll notice a man's like looking at you. And then what you do is like you look at the man really quick and then you turn your head away. Obviously, if you're not interested in him, this is what you do this. And then you turn your head away, but you just look at your peripheral to see like how the man responded. You can pick up their energy. The reason why he's looking at you first is because he's hoping that you notice him. And when men know this, so men know that when they look at you and you look at them, if you hold the gaze long enough, it means that you like what you see. So when you look at them and you look away very quickly, it signals to them that you're not interested in them. They won't make a face necessarily, but you'll pick up the energy that shit low key kind of like hurt their ego, because it's a clear nonverbal indicator that they are invisible and that you are not interested. Much love and respect. Thank you for putting us on game. Of course. Imagine telling me I'm different and I'm mad I didn't meet your brother first. That's the worst. That's why before you commit and you say I do, or before you let him become your girl, before you allow yourself to become his girlfriend, you need to meet his friends. You need to meet his family, because who knows? If his daddy is single, you might miss out on his daddy. If he's got a richer, finer friend, you may miss out on the rich, fine friend. So, try to get in there and meet everyone as soon as possible so that you get the best pick out of whoever is in his circle. That's why they use exotic cars and beautiful women. Exactly. Yes. So women, I think a lot of women don't understand how much of we are used as status and as symbol, because like Lindsay said, think of it like this, right? I'll use this as an example. The cars is a really, really good one. However, when I like to use this example because I feel like it's a really, really good one. Men will go to Vegas, and when you're on the strip, they have all of those women that are there. The women that are half naked, they have on like the little feathers and the little like performative outfits and things like that. They have all of that stuff on, and the women are very beautiful, very sexy, very nice bodies and shape, all that stuff. Anything a man could want. And what do? They say, hey, you want to take a picture with us? Okay, yeah, I'll take a picture. What do the women do? They charge for the picture. Okay, and then what does that man do? He posted on his social media. So that way it makes him look like he has status because he's next to these women. He had to pay for that. Women that look like that are not going to come up to an average man and be like, do you want to take a picture? No. Men are the ones who want to pay to take a picture with a woman because it makes them look good. You're the value. You're the value. You're the status symbol. They're so silly. They'll still approach even with a quick glance. Girl, I be cutting my eyes fast, okay? It's a way you got to do it. Like, you cannot do a slow glance. You got to look and then cut your eyes away. Like, you have to make it very, very clear with your nonverbal body language that you are not interested. That you are not interested. And this is something that you have to practice. Like, honestly, this is something that you have to practice, because you won't know fully 100% how people are perceiving your expressions and your micro expressions. I kid you not, it's little small differences that you could do, because some of them are stupid and they'll still approach. But I've gotten it down to a science now, where they will be too embarrassed. They'll be way too embarrassed to impress me. And I even said it. I said it earlier on TikTok Live. I give very stuck up energy. Okay. I give very, 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 very stuck up fucking energy. So I know that if a man is trying to talk to me, he must have something to say. He must be trying to come with some type of energy, because I look stuck up as hell when I'm out. It's just that men don't call it gossiping. They call it shooting the shit or whatever. Exactly. What about if you love him? Girl, love, what about it? What is love worth? What is that worth? I feel like love is an illusion. True love is within, just my perspective. Yeah, I'm sorry, but listen, okay, when it no, okay, I'm sorry. Love should never be a determining factor. Like, never. It should never be a determining factor. Never, ever, 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 ever. You should never be listing a ton of things that you don't like about a man, and then your justification is, but I love him. But I love him. Like, no. That's how you're gonna get cheated on. That's how you're gonna get walked all over. That's how you're gonna get manipulated. Like, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's a special feeling, but you don't need that I feel like this. You're never going to be able, in very few cases, you're very rarely going to be able to get the same form of love that you are giving out, as opposed to the love that he is capable of giving you. It's not going to match. It's not going to match. It's an illusion. Okay. I'm telling you that right now. It's an illusion. Okay. That's why they say, love don't pay the bills. What's love got to do with it? You can get love from animals. Okay. Animals aren't going to cheat on you. Animals aren't going to disrespect you. Animals aren't going to try to humble you and try to talk shit about you and make backhanded compliments about you. Mm-mm. That love is going to blind you. Men don't like women. Forget about love, sweetheart. Yes. Love is very Disney. We were programmed. It's an illusion. Yes. It's not a special feeling. It's a dummy feeling. I'm so glad you're talking about this topic. Yeah, we have to, because too many women, like, there's a lot of women out here who are getting humbled, and the women think that it's joking. Like, a lot of women because the thing about it too is that a lot of men are cowards. Like, a lot of men are cowards. A lot of men are not going to say shit with their chest. They're not going to just straight up tell you, I'm insecure over your success. I'm jealous over your success. Men are never going to just say it with their chest. So a lot of these humbling tactics, they're also followed up by, oh, well, I was just joking. You're too sensitive. It's not that big of a deal. I didn't mean it. I forgot that I even said that. When did I say that? I never said that. So it's also with them humbling you. I look at it like this. When they do humbling tactics and then they try to disguise it as joking, I always say it's like they're taking a shit and then trying to cover it up with glitter, but you still smell the shit, even though it's covered in glitter. And so that's why it's important that women understand, like, these humbling tactics, because men are very, very good at trying to hide it and trying to make it seem as if they're joking and you're tripping. You're looking into things too deep. It's not that big of a deal, because they're not going to ever say it with their chest. They're gonna be real covert about it. Feel like you need some money. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The only special love is a special feeling. No. Money. Okay. Money is a special feeling. When they're giving you money, that's a special feeling. It will never complete you. You complete you. Exactly. Yes, love your kids. Men don't seem bothered by love enough to not cheat or to even stay in a relationship or walk out on their families. Did you guys see that podcast of the two men that are on that were, hold on, I think I have it saved. I could show you guys because I think I still saved it. Hopefully I saved it. Yeah, I did. Okay. Hold on. Let me send it to my laptop and we can watch it together. If you ever needed a reason to not put love for men on a pedestal, I promise you this will be your this will be your reasoning.
Get off this subject. I gotta ask you a question. Are you in love with your wife?
No.
Me either.
What? I don't believe in that shit anyway. Dog, it's so it's overrated. Listen.
Then why?
Listen.
Okay.
See?
Y'all need to explain that shit to me then.
I had a feeling. No, I'm not in love with my wife.
Why?
I don't even know her.
What are you doing? Why?
This is our 8th. Hold on, we got married in 2016. This is year number 8. September 8th, we'll be married 8 years. No. No. Ruby D and Ozzy Davis, right?
Yeah.
65 years married or something crazy.
Yeah.
So when he died, Will and Jada went over there. This is before all the Will.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there because I don't know about that part. I don't know about that part. But yeah, those men straight up said that they don't love their wives. Like they literally straight up said that they don't love their wives, and these men have been married to their wives for 8 years, and they literally just said that they don't believe in love, and that they kind of believe that it's like all a fallacy, and these men are married. Okay, these men are married. You putting love on a pedestal is not going to make men respect love. It's not. It's not going to make them want to practice the acts of love, because at the end of the day, love is an action, and a lot of these men are not going to follow through with the actions that women require in order to feel loved, especially long term, and especially when going through certain things where you want to hopefully keep the love alive. Men just being men, they don't love anyone. They don't even love themselves. Exactly. Embarrassing. Exactly. They tell the truth to their homeboys, though. You got to catch them in that element. Yes. They always tell us the truth if we would just listen. Yes, exactly. It's like all men can provide is looks, if they even have looks, because the majority are blah. Yes, most men are not physically attractive. Most men are not physically attractive. Like, I did not date until I was in high school, not because I wasn't allowed to, but honestly, I was never boy crazy. Like, I just never knew what the hype was about. I would have boys hit on me in elementary school and middle school and stuff like that, and I was just always like, ew, like, no, like, boys and men were just always so off-putting. And then the relationships that I did have in high school, my boyfriends probably didn't even feel like they were in a relationship with me. I didn't kiss them or hold their hand or anything. Like, I was 100% like a relationship recluse. Like, I did not value or care or want any of the regular like relationship things. It was just like, hey, be my girlfriend. And I was just like, oh, okay, he's cute, yeah. But once I graduated high school, I really didn't I didn't really care a whole lot. And I didn't really get into my first real relationship until I was about 26. But I remember, like, even though the guy is attractive, I just remember being like, I would have to like talk myself out of like telling myself that he was ugly. And I feel like with majority of men that I end up dating, even though they're not ugly, like when you take the spectrum of men and how men look, they're not models, of course. They're not models, of course, but they also ain't downright ugly, average, slightly above average for some of them. But I still had to like lie to myself, because I would be like, I'd be looking at him and he'd be talking, and I'm like, this man ugly. Like, he is ugly. Like, and I'm like, okay, wait. Quit thinking that. Pay attention to something else. Yes, those bros laughing publicly at their wives, so disgusting. Most men don't even love themselves. Men do not love. Yes. Ladies, don't ever settle because he will damn sure upgrade himself if the woman, presents. Yes. Amen, Jennifer. I can't comment due to YouTube. What are you talking about? Men don't even love themselves. They are great predators and manipulators just to get what they want. Exactly. I'm starting to not even like men at this point. They're really a problem. Yeah, most of them. Men don't seem bothered by love enough to not cheat or to even stay in a relationship or walk out on their families. Exactly. That's so Capricorn, not being interested in love. And then with my first, and then in my like first serious relationship, like Capricorns are just very like emotionally void. You know what I mean? Like Capricorns just care about getting to the bag and like having a level of success and like having something to achieve and like drive and like work on. And so when it comes to emotions, like we're not really like emotionally tied. And like my boyfriend at the time was a Cancer. So very, very emotional. And like he used to get so mad when like I would be very dismissive of his emotions. But at the same token, the very few moments that I did have any emotions, he would be like, oh, you're just crying just cuz those are crocodile tears. Like he didn't have any empathy for when I had emotion anyway. So it was always funny to me because I'm like, very interesting that you want me to give you the emotional vulnerability and the empathy that you so badly want, and you can't even give it to me. So I'm just mirroring you. I'm just mirroring you. And that's the thing too. A lot of men just assume that because you're a woman, you are going to be their therapist. You are going to allow them to trauma dump on you. And I don't let men trauma dump on me. I don't bond over the trauma. I feel like men, especially Black men, a lot of them like to use that as a tactic, is to trauma dump or to try to get you to open up and be vulnerable and have an emotional connection with them over trauma. So like a lot of men will lead in with, well, I didn't have anything growing up and I saw my mom struggle and this, and this. And I'll just be looking like them and I'm like, I can't relate. Like I didn't have that. I didn't have that experience. Like I didn't have to deal with any of that. So I can't trauma bond with you over you struggling in order to become, to get me to be emotionally vulnerable and to get me to open up because I didn't have that experience. And so when that happens, men are like, they start buffering. They're like, they don't know what to do or what to say because they're like, oh, fuck, I can't use my trauma to get over on her and to make her feel bad for me and to have like sympathy for me. They'll happily cheat. You're right. Love is an illusion. They're selfish. Yes. All men can do for me is provide money. That's it. That's all. I heard that. No, most are goofy looking. I swear, like they look. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. Yes, white men too. My ex was a Pisces and he was the same exact way. I'm a Capricorn. Yes, Pisces are very sensitive too. I attract a lot of Pisces and Cancers. I attract Libras too, but Libra and I can't deal with him. Men will sacrifice where their families lay their heads for a cat. Those random packages missing, strange things at night, his indiscretions at work. Yes. I believe they could be married and not love their wives. Some men don't even love their own children. Yeah, honestly, because the thing about it is that for men, so men's standard in most cases when it comes to them being married is just them not leaving you. That's why they always say, I'm here, ain't I? If you're accusing them of cheating or something like that, I'm here, ain't I? Why you worried? I'm here, ain't I? Because they feel like they're doing you a favor by staying and not leaving you. So in their head, they're like, well, even though I'm here, I'm doing whatever the hell I want while I'm here. And so you should just be happy that I'm here, even though everything else that I'm doing is making you feel some type of way and it's very disrespectful to the relationship. So a lot of men are giving themselves credit for just staying in the marriage and not getting a divorce. But also it's very, very disingenuous because he's not, why would he leave? Why would he leave when he can have a wife, Okay, so the wife has fathered his children. She's raising his children. She's cooking. She's cleaning. She's doing his laundry. And then he has this hot woman who he gets to be excited to go to work every day because he knows that he's going to be bending her over in the bathroom during lunch break. So everywhere that he's going, you know, he's going home to somebody, then he's going to work to somebody, then he might find somebody outside of work that he can go to. So he may be a part of some group or something like that where he is also using the opportunity to meet women. And then also on his phone, Corn, OnlyFans. So he has all of these outlets to be able to have access to multiple women while he is staying in the marriage. And despite him doing all of that, he's still going to be like, I didn't leave you. I didn't break up our family. I didn't break up our family. We've all had to lie to ourselves. A married CFO invited me to swim at his home before his wife and children transferred. All I could think about was accidental death in pool, mine. Oh my God, that's crazy. That is crazy. Exactly. He did all that to get a wife, but not be present. Diabolical. Exactly. And that's the thing. The bar is so low for men. And this is the reason why, as a woman, you need to make sure that like you're giving yourself the best life. Because when you when you're giving yourself the best life, so you have enough money to live the life that you want. So whether you want to travel, get a house, get luxury items, start a business, whatever, you want to be able to create a life where you're happy with the life that you like. Because once you do that, you're not going to be impressed by anything that these men do. And this is the reason why men also want to humble you, because they want you to feel bad about having accomplishments, because the reason why they're humbling you is because they realize that you're not going to be impressed by anything that they have to offer. Okay. That's the biggest thing. They understand like, oh, well, she's constantly traveling. She's always going out to nice restaurants to eat. She keeps her hair, her nails done, her makeup did, her wardrobe together. When you created a life like that, it's not going to be much that a man is going to show you that you are going to be impressed by. And I think that's the biggest thing. You have to practice. You have to make sure you do that, because the bar is so low for men that women keep giving credit. Women are giving credit men for doing things such as being nice. Like, when you think about it, like, being nice should just be a human characteristic. That should just be a trait that you have as a human. You shouldn't be surprised and happy that a man is being nice to you. That's just bare minimum. Like, when you buy a car, that's just the basic model of a car, of a man being nice to you, and a man respecting you, and a man caring about pleasing you. That's the base model in the vehicle. Okay. And then you adding in, you adding in the little moon roof, I don't know, that's him being generous, him being very, very generous. You add in your little moon roof, add the little spoiler in the back, add the heated seats and all that. And then everything else should be like, okay, this is me upgrading the model to really what it is that I want. Love that he realized that women not going to be impressed with what you offer. Let them tell it's something wrong with her. No, you just can't run her without her noticing. Yes. Yes. Completely. Okay. Let me make sure I covered everything. Oh, okay. So I was talking about how society also enables men to humble women. And one thing that I wanted to add was media representation. So women who are bold and women who are independent are often like very, very villainized in the media. Women who like are independent and have their stuff together and they're proud that they have their stuff together, XYZ. Those women don't tend to get a whole lot of respect, because they want to be able to sell the idea that you cannot be happy unless you are with someone. And so in order to challenge that idea, women who are very much independent and bold and have their shit together usually are not respected when it comes to the media. They're always challenged in some type of way. So I just want to give you all a few, just a few little gems, to take back your power. So maybe if you have been confronted with someone humbling you, a man humbling you, just like how to take your power back when you are in that situation, and also just to how to avoid that situation. So the number one thing, I already kind of talked about it earlier, but I want you to be confident, okay? Be unapologetically confident, okay? I want you to, I want you to brag about your college degrees. I want you to brag about you getting a promotion. I want you to, understand and know and affirm that you are beautiful. You love yourself. You like yourself, and like I want you to, own the room and own yourself and just be happy being confident. You know what I mean? Confidence is very, very intimidating for a lot of men, especially when they see a woman being confident, because it's a threat to the male ego in most cases. So, someone had wrote it in the chat, you think you're all that. And it's like, it's because you are all that. I do think I'm all that because I am all that. Like, don't you have eyes? Can't you see? Like, of course I'm all that. Like, I'm all that and some. And so then the next thing is just to, if they do try to humble you, just don't engage. Okay. You can clap back. You can clap back. But if your clap back game ain't strong, ignore them, because a lot of the time these humbling tactics, they're looking for a reaction. Okay. That's the number one thing. They are looking for a reaction. They are doing this because they want to see what they can get away with in the future. So these backhanded compliments, the nagging and stuff like that, it's like a shit test pretty much. They want to put you in a predicament where they're testing you to see how fragile you are, how meek you are, and things like that. And then the next thing is to make sure that you set boundaries. Disrespect should never be tolerated from anyone, man or woman. Okay. And you have to make sure that you have strong boundaries when it comes to how you are going to deal with this behavior. In my humble opinion, once somebody tries to humble me the first time, I'm not really trying to stick around longer after that, because in most cases, it's not going to get better. It is going to get worse. And when men are doing these humbling tactics on you, it's a spell. Okay. Like, honestly, I'm getting a little woo woo. I'm getting a little spiritual, but it's a spell. Okay. Because that means that you have someone in your presence who is pretty much doing spell work on you, because all they're doing is introducing negativity to you. So it's like, if you think nothing but confident things about yourself, and then you have someone that's like, well, you don't have enough, you don't have enough beauty to be that confident, or you're too overweight to be that you're too overweight to be that confident. It's still, you're still hearing it. You don't have to process it, but it is something that can come up back in your brain that you could think back on. You know what I mean? And those words can come back and kind of hit you at random times and make you question yourself. And some people do spiral out over these type of situations happening. So it's very, very important that you set boundaries and you just leave at the first sign of stuff like this happening. The next thing is to support other women. Listen, I am team gossip. Okay, women, all gossiping is just sharing information. That's the reason why they have demonized it and created the word gossiping, because they don't want this information to get shared between other women, because they don't want us to have the knowledge to not have to have this stuff happen. Okay, so that's the reason why it's called gossiping. So I feel like it is very important, with women that you trust, obviously, but friends, people close to you that you trust, that won't judge you, that understand, sharing these type of dynamics with other women, so that way they can be on the up and up, and they also can know what to do and how the humbling, what it looks like. Okay, 1 second. I'm going through the comments. Capricorns and Libras bump heads. LMAO. I can't. They try to mold into your personality. It's the worst. Yes. And I don't know. Libras are just like, mm-mm. They're terrible. I remember it was like every single man was like a Libra at one point, and I was just like, bruh, like I can't do this. I like to bust those bubbles and ask to see their mothers. His glow up attempts are either initiated by a woman or influenced by the men around him. He did all that to get a wife, but not be present. Diabolical. Oh yeah. His glow up attempts. Yes. I actually talked about this situation with my homegirls when I went to brunch about a month and a half ago, I would say. And I was telling my friends how I really do like men who are very, very well dressed, very, very put together. And one of my friends was like, "So you wouldn't date a man if he wasn't like well put together and if he had he didn't have a strong fashion sense?" And I said I would never do that because it is something that I hold high. I like hold high in regard because I care a lot about my fashion and I care a lot about clothing and things like that. So I've always pretty much dealt with men who know, how to dress. And she was like, "Well, why wouldn't you just teach him how to dress?" And I was like, no, you're teaching him, girl, you're going to teach him how to get dressed and you're going to get him dressed for a whole nother woman. So that way he can pull more women. No, that's stupid. That's stupid. I'm not about to give the keys to a man to freaking increase his chances of attracting other women by teaching him how to dress and putting together his outfits and upgrading him. No. Mm-mm. What about when guys say you're not that special? It's nagging. It is. It's pretty much them trying to lower your self-esteem. And it's like, okay, well, if I wasn't that special, then why are you talking to me? What does that make you? If you're telling me I'm not that special and you're talking to me, what does that make you? You must not be that special either. Yes, I had to tell a guy what you're doing is the bare minimum. And these men want a standing ovation. They want a standing ovation for being nice. Like you should be nice. You should be nice as just a human. You should be nice just because you're human. I noticed. It's true, they're abusive. Yes, love the occult. Only because we don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Exactly. They will be trying to punch your self-esteem bubble. The reaction to humbling starts in childhood. If you grow up with a parent that embarrasses, disrespects their child, and the child isn't allowed to react to that negatively, the child learns it. They learn to take it 100%. I completely agree. Gossip used to be protection in older times. 100%. I mean, they used to have, on that show Bridgerton when they have like the little, the paper, whatever. I haven't watched Bridgerton in a long, long time. It's just the only reference that's come into my, head. Whistle something, I think her name was, the little pamphlet of like the gossip that they would have. They had that printing press to let people know what the fuck was going on. The tea. Libras are fake as fuck. Sorry, not sorry. They really are. Gonna groom him for another woman. Exactly. You getting him all dressed up and up in his swag and up in his visibility and stuff like that. Yeah, I knew it was whistle something. Lady whistle down. I knew it was something, but that was gossip. That was gossip. She had the tea. She has the tea, child. Okay, yes, I can't respond to the people in the chat, but I agree with what y'all are saying. Okay, are there any more questions? Because if there's not, I'm going to hop up off of here because I don't really have anything else to discuss when it comes to, humbling. I feel like we pretty much covered everything. Let me just give it a minute and see if any questions come in. Okay, nothing. All right. Wait. Oh, okay. Someone asked me. I'm impatient. What's the psychology with exes that keep tabs on you even after blocking? Okay, so you have to understand this. Also, thank you. So When it comes to men that want to keep tabs on you, okay, even after you block them, always remember this, okay? Always remember this. Men are never going to close the door on having access to you. They're not. They're not going to close the door on having access to you because you are the source, okay? And a lot of women must realize that, sorry, a lot of women must realize that men really don't have as much access to women like they try to make it out to be, okay? Honestly, a lot of them really don't have pull like that. So they're never going to close the door on finding out what you're doing and stuff like that. They're never going to close the door on trying to maintain some form of contact with you because they want to have the opportunity to come back they want to be able to come back into your life. So a lot of the times while they're keeping tabs on you, they want to see, is she dating someone else? Is she married? Is she entertaining another guy? Because 9 times out of 10, they're already assuming that you are entertaining other men because that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be entertaining other women in the meantime until they don't have any available women that will entertain them. And then that's when they try to circle back to you. Okay, so they're keeping tabs to see if the door is still open and if they could try to pry the door open to get access to you again. Bottom line, men undervalue what they have, so you have to be evasive forever. Unless you're willing to play that game, just stay away from them. I completely agree. Best return on investments when leveling up. What do you mean? Best return on investments when leveling up. In what context? I'll answer these other questions, but like, can you explain it a little bit more? I'm sorry. What about how they inflate their son's self-esteem when he limits himself? The thing about it is that most men, have been conditioned to just believe because they're a man, okay, just because they're a man, that, they rule the world. It's a man's world. So that's the reason why men don't have all of these standards that they have to hit. They don't have any physical standards. All that's really requested is that this is just based off of what society tells men. They just have to provide and protect. That's it. Okay, they can provide and protect. So it's kind of like this unspoken thing where men just have the utmost respect for other men, and so they, their sons and stuff like that, of course they're going to uplift them and like pump their ego up and stuff like that, because it's like it's like the code, it's like the code of manhood. That's really who they be mad at, the women in their family. Yes. They see you as an asset, like a resource, food. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you're pretty much a tool. You're a tool in whatever use that they see you for whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish. That is how they are going to use you, essentially. Thank you. I'll definitely spread that message to my friends. Yes, girl, it's giving straight cat. Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, what about how they inflate their sons? Okay, I read that. Level up investments with the best return. Okay, so your body, whether you go to the gym, whether you get on somebody's table, okay, your body is the number one thing that you should be investing in to get the highest return on your investment, especially if you are older. Okay, if you are older and you have your body together, you are going to have a large return on your investment. And I feel like if you are a woman who's 40 plus, your body, that should be one of the number one things that you are trying to level up in, because usually women after 40, they tend to let themselves go. They've had children and things like that. And so when you are a woman over 40 and you have your body together, you are very, very much in shape. You're going to, I feel like it's going to age you down. It's going to age you down. People really aren't going to associate you with being quote unquote old, not calling anyone old, but they're not going to want to associate you with that, because you would be an outlier for what the typical body looks, on a woman as she gets older. So definitely your body for sure. And then your skin. Your skin is very, very important. And then your teeth, okay? These are the three main things that are very, very important. And those are the three things that you should be most conscious of as you get older. Your body, your teeth, your skin. Those are the top three things that you should be investing in for the whole course of your life. Everything else is going to be extra because you can buy wigs, you can get press on nails, you can get fake, you can get falsies, and then you can get dollar store makeup. But things like your skin, your teeth, and your body, it takes a lot more daily maintenance. Those are not things that you can just buy and like replace. Those are three core things those are the best things that you can invest in. Why do I get stares in the gym even if I'm fully covered up? Girl, your body might be tea. You might be gorgeous. Just because you covered up, if you're wearing something, I don't know if you're wearing something tight or not. But if they can see your shape or girl, it could be for a number of reasons. I don't know. Are you squatting 300 pounds? You know what I mean? It could be for several reasons. Why after leaving the wife or a side chick, they want the wife to be a side chick? This happens a lot. It's literally what I said earlier about men trying to keep the door open. They want to be able to have a supply always. So like when men leave their wives, they're never leaving their wives to be single. Okay, they're leaving their wives to go be with their side chick that they've been cheating on their wife with. They're never going to leave to go be alone. Never. And the thing about it is that you also have to think the wife most likely has probably shorted him in some way, okay? She probably got to take the house. She gets to take the kids. She might have gotten, a little bit of like change or whatever. And so the side chick will stay there throughout the divorce while he loses everything. And then once that happens, the side chick is like, what? You ain't got the stuff that you ain't got no place to stay. You ain't got no money for real. You're down and out and you're sad now that this divorce is done and finalized. I don't want to deal with you anymore. And so that's when they want to go back to their ex-wife because they don't have the supply from their side chick anymore. Somebody's table. Yeah, I said get on somebody's table. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, I'll be 42 next week. Yes, exactly. So, yep, girl, just make sure that you got your body right, your body tight. Take care of your skincare and make sure that you take care of your teeth. Truth, I'm over 40 and still getting carded. People think my kid is my brother. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, skin, body, hair, those are the three, not hair, skin, body, teeth. Those are the three top things that you should always be prioritizing for the whole rest of your life because your body, your skin, and your teeth tell a story, okay? They tell a story. You can tell a lot about a person based off of their body, their skin, and their teeth. This is true because I'm over 40 and everyone thinks I'm 29. I'm telling you, girl. Oh, did you mean operation table? Yeah. That's what I meant. Surgery. Those things are argumentably the most expensive too. They are, because that's why she asked an investment. That's why it's an investment. And those are the three things that you're going to get the largest return on because those are things that are not easy to access. For your skin to be popping, you need to have a skincare routine. And then not only that, you also have to make sure that your cortisol is low. You know what I mean? So managing your stress, making sure that you're getting enough sleep, when it comes to your teeth, going to the dentist, being mindful of certain types of foods that you're eating, getting Invisalign if you need to straighten your teeth, and then the daily maintenance that comes along with keeping your body and your weight maintained, going to the gym several times a week, making sure that you're eating clean, making sure that you are not drinking as often, making sure that you are hydrating and you are getting enough water. These are not easy things to maintain, and these are things that tend to fall at the wayside as we get older because we tend to neglect those three things. So as you get older, and you don't neglect those three things, you are going to be a standout. You are going to be an outlier. I'm pro-surgery. I'm pro-surgery. I don't see anything wrong with women wanting to get surgery. I feel as though do what's best for you. It is, I mean, come on. We live in a world that we have a beauty is awarded. Okay, let's just call it what it is. You are awarded when you are seen as beautiful. Okay, and this is all statistically proven. You get shorter jail sentences when you are perceived as beautiful. You have more job opportunities when you are seen as beautiful. So your looks can really make your life easier. And I kind of feel like why would you not want to do things that can make your life easier? I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty for no reason. It's like there is no real benefit other than getting used. No, it's just it's your perspective. It is. It's just your perspective. That's it. It's just your perspective has to change. You being pretty, you can make money off of being pretty. Okay, like you can make money off of being pretty. That's why there's such thing as supermodels. That's why there's IG models. You have to learn how to leverage your beauty, and I already made a video about that, talking about ways that you can use your beauty in order to make money. I have a video about it. They don't like themselves enough to be alone. Exactly. Divorced him, getting half his check, child support, and don't have to deal with him at all. Now he is in his grandma's basement. Girl, you can have it. I'm telling you, the side chick will be there until the divorce is finalized. And then she realizes that the court done took everything. He don't have no place to live. He has no money. He has nothing. And so then so the side chick leaves him, and then he wants to try crawling back to the ex-wife. I'm 36, but look in my 20s, but struggle with obesity due to stress and childhood trauma. I'm eating mostly clean and in a worked out routine, but the weight loss is almost non-existent. Any tips? You should get your hormones checked. I would highly encourage you to get your hormones checked. You probably have some type of hormonal issue. Your cortisol is probably very high due to the obesity, but you also need to make sure that you're firing off on all ends. So hopefully you're tracking your macros. And also when you're obese, it's going to sound backward. Okay. It's going to sound backward, but I did bodybuilding. I have helped people lose weight. I've coached people online. I'm very, very well versed at this. Sometimes, the larger you are, so the more weight that you have on your body, the more food that you are going to require. And also when you are also working out, that will also require for you to have to eat more food. So you want to make sure that you it's called a TDEE calculator. Okay, T as in Tommy, D as in dog, E as in Edward, E as in Edward. TDEE calculator. You just type in your height and your weight, how often you're working out, and it will tell you how many calories that you need to that you will just be burning. And so your TDEE is just how many calories that you need to stay alive. Okay, you'll just subtract 500 from that, and then that will be how many calories you need to eat. So you also want to make sure that you're eating enough. Like I said, I know that sounds backwards, okay? But what will happen is that when you're not eating enough, your body will try to hold on to your fat reserves. But also make sure you're drinking enough water too. So make sure that you're tracking your calories, like your macros, to make sure you're getting enough food. And then do that for a month. And then if you still, after you've tracked it, you've been very, very meticulous. If you don't see any results after a month, then you need to get your hormones checked. Like Nicole Murphy, yes. Girl, I just found your page yesterday and I'm lurking your page. So happy you're live. Thank you, girl. How to start as a waitress. Go to a very nice fine dining place, okay? Try to go to a Michelin star restaurant if you can. Try to go to a restaurant that's in a nice area of town that has a very wealthy, very accomplished, very established demographic that's going to go. And you just go on ahead and go in and see if they have any openings for a waitress. Or go to the bar and chat it up with the bartender, get cool with the bartender, and then just ask them, hey, do you guys need a waitress at all, or a bartender, whatever need it is that you're trying to fill. Yes, definitely check thyroids. Yep. I have a friend who's an ex-model and she gets all her social media clients because there are men that want access to her. Yeah, I talked about it earlier on TikTok Live. Like, why do y'all think women get their bodies done? Why do y'all think women get BBLs? Look at all the Fashion Nova models. All the Fashion Nova models have BBLs. A lot of the women who are on IG that are making a ton of money, they're doing modeling, they're getting taken out by star athletes and musicians and stuff like that. Yeah, they're getting that work done because they want men to fund their lifestyle, because that's the aesthetic that men like. Like, it's your waist to hip ratio. It's scientifically proven that that's the number one indicator for men to be physically attracted to you, is based off of your waist to hip ratio. BBL is an artificial way to create a nice waist to hip ratio. They like a Coke bottle body, which is why you should never believe these men when they are telling you that they don't like BBLs. They do like BBLs, and they are willing to spend a large amount of money on women that have BBLs. Women literally get BBLs and go to Miami and then get all of these men to trick off on them. So there are definitely ways that you, and if that's the thing, it's an investment. These women invested in their body in order to make money, because beauty is currency. The world rewards beauty. I don't make the rules. Thank you, Queen. I will continue to watch your videos and lives. It's better than watching useless TikToks. Agreed. And I like it better over on YouTube as opposed to TikTok, honestly. Even women are nicer to beautiful women. Yeah. Beauty is, I feel like, beauty is something that's been demonized. It is, like, because you're seen as being fake. You're seen as being superficial. You're seen as being dumb. But here's the thing. The women who are beautiful are out here getting paid because they're beautiful. Which restaurant, in your opinion, are the best to start as a waitress? Like I said before, it'll be any nice restaurant. Okay, so I don't know, like I like Mastro's. I like the dining experience at Mastro's a lot. I'm trying to think. Just look them up. Just look up any type of so when you get on Google, they have like the $ indicator for how much money it will cost. Anything that's like, $3 or $4 signs. So just type up high-end restaurants within your area, and then just go from there, and just weekly go to those places. And like I said, chat it up with the bartender and see if they have a need for a waitress. Go dressing cute, you know what I mean? Go dress cute and chat it up with people and see if they have a need that needs to get filled. There's books about not being able to lose weight quick. It's also psychological and spiritual. We often subconsciously want to hide ourselves in the weight. That's what I learned too when I struggled. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Also, don't discount going for 15, 20-minute walks after a meal. It adds up. Yes, that's how I lost weight when I was overweight. I just walked on my lunch break. Low impact, very easy. If you can't walk, if there's a swimming pool like a YMCA or something like that, also swimming is very, very good, very low impact for anyone that is struggling with obesity. Do these women usually first get the BBL with their own money, then begin making money on these men, or do the men usually pay for it? I've had women do both. I've had women do both. I've had women just pay for their own BBL, and then they just find a man that will reimburse them plus some. And then I also know women who they had a guy pay for their BBL. Either or. 1,000 ways to skin a cat. Thousand ways to skin a cat. But yeah, you could do it either or. You can do it either or. All right. All right. It's 10 o'clock here. I had a great time with you ladies tonight. I hope you all enjoy the content. Once again, please don't hesitate, like the live, comment, subscribe. Have discourse in the comments once I have this posted, and let me know what you all thought. I really, really enjoyed this live with you ladies tonight. And remember, okay, exude the queen in your energy, my sovereign sisters. Okay, don't forget to put your crown on and keep your chin up, your head high. And I will talk to you ladies next time. Okay, bye.